AIM-listed electric guitar, Epic code ELEG, is building a world-class business to deliver the technology and data that marketers need to build meaningful consumer connections. With the big change to Web3 imminent, concerns over privacy and protection of personal data have never been greater. Chief Operations Officer Richard Horwood joins us today. Richard, hello. How are you?
Hi there. Good to meet you, Alan.
Good to meet you too. Good to meet you too. Now, of course, we've been joined previously by Chief Executive John Regan on Novus Television, but of course, today Electric Guitar announced the acquisition of Mymyne, a company where John Regan and your chairman, John Hutchison, control over 40% of the shares. So as a related party transaction, of course, neither John nor John have been involved in the actual transaction. So can you tell us how the acquisition of Mymyne enhances the commercial opportunity for Electric Guitar?
Yes, of course. And just to make it clear, as a related party transaction, they've had nothing whatever to do with this deal. It's been conducted entirely by the independent directors, including myself, who have no interest whatever in Mymyne. So you ask about how it enhances our commercial opportunity. Key things are it brings us some software. They've developed some very interesting software, things like situational targeting for engaging consumers better when they're talking to marketers and so on. All very useful stuff for us to include in the offerings that we have. But the other thing they do is they provide sales and marketing services, which they'd actually already contracted with 3 Radical, the company we reversed into back in May. And so they had a contract for that. And it just seemed to us, worked out to be a lot more efficient if we actually brought that in-house. So then we can apply all their sales and marketing expertise, their resources, their business development, their direct sales capabilities, their commercialization expertise, bring that all in-house so that we can apply it not only to 3 Radical businesses, but also to the other businesses that we're planning to buy as we continue on our buy and build journey. So significant synergies, good cost savings. It's an all-paper deal, so net cash benefit to us, and adds a chunk of software as well, which is really useful.
Excellent, excellent. Well, the company has certainly hit the ground running since the April IPO, of course, announcing agreements with Digital Alchemy, Sophos 3, and of course, most recently, the Marcomms.ai joint venture. Now, although Electric Guitar has set out a stall to build the business through acquisitions and joint ventures, the Mymyne acquisition is going to cost up to $154,000. How will this be paid for?
Okay, so it's an all-paper deal, and it's in 2 tranches, essentially. The first tranche is at roughly half on completion, which will just be paper. And the other half is deferred for a year and conditional. So very good value from our point of view. And the conditionality includes a payment that is only payable if and when and in as much as we benefit from and exploit the software that we're getting with Mymyne. So it effectively pays for itself. And it's really easy for us to see that the £154,000 worth at today's share price of the total consideration is more than offset by the synergies and the cost savings that we achieve by doing this deal.
It's good to hear. Good to hear. Now, of course, you stated the company will be testing products with Electric Guitar's key clients in the autumn. Are you still on schedule for this?
Yes, we are. The thing you're talking about is a thing called Voco Solution Portal, which was the easy-to-use version of the very sophisticated Voco product that has been sold by 3 Radical for years. That we have got to the minimum viable product stage, and we are expecting to complete UAT, user acceptance testing, in the autumn, as we said. That's going very well indeed.
Excellent. Question now for you about the company itself. Can you firstly tell us about the cash position in the company, and also when investors can hear about trading and revenue generation?
Yeah. Okay. So we've got our annual results are out next month. So forgive me, I'm not allowed to talk about numbers in any specifics. What I can tell you is that we've been, in terms of general trading performance, we've done so much since we bought the 3 Radical in May. So we've launched a new website for their business. We've brought in new business development. We've got new UK direct sales operating now. We've been out to APAC, where Through Radical had a good footprint and has an office out there, talking to all their customers and talking to them about the new things we're doing, including the AI joint venture that you mentioned earlier and the products that we're developing there. And that's already got going. So we announced it just last week, but in fact, we've been building with our partner there new AI products. And just to talk a little bit about AI, AI is useless, as I think John's told you, unless you've got the data, the relevant data for it to look at. Otherwise, it doesn't know what it's talking about. And we need it for personalized marketing now, because everyone now expects to have personalized communications in their marketing. They don't expect you just to throw mud at the wall and for consumers to respond to that. So AI is really important for this personalized marketing that everyone is dealing with, regardless of all the other issues around first-party data, third-party cookies, and all the rest of it, and the privacy move that's going on as well through all the regulation. So that AI joint venture is very useful and very important to us, because it gives us access to AI specialists that aren't easy to come by, who are able to utilize the data that we've already picked up with Through Radical, over 1 billion data points that they had from operating their services before, and use that to inform marketing campaigns. That's an extremely useful thing, and it's never been monetized by them. Then on top of that, we've done the reseller agreements. You talked about the one with Surface 3, gives us access to the big car manufacturers, where they have a very big presence, as well as their software product that we can resell into the rest of the market. So there's a lot going on. We've not been sitting on our hands.
Good to hear. Good to hear. So can you tell us then, obviously we have the full year results coming up, as you've just indicated. What else can investors and shareholders look forward to in terms of perhaps more deals and value inflection points in the coming weeks and months in the run up to Christmas?
Yeah, so we said all along that we have a strong pipeline of deals. One of the reasons that Electric Guitar was created was to give us, and floated on the stock market now on AIM, was to give us a currency, a paper currency, to buy other businesses, which is unusual in our space. There are a lot of small, or actually not so small, technology companies built by very strong technical people, who not only want to access the commercial skills and the expertise that we have, especially now that we're buying in Mymyne, but also were looking to grow with us rather than just take whatever value they can get off the table now. And so taking quoted shares is a really valuable thing for us to do. So yes, we have a pipeline of deals. Yes, we are negotiating with a number of parties, as you'd expect. That is not getting any slower. I can't tell you any more. I would love to, but I'm sure we'll be talking it again in the not too distant future.
That's good to hear. Good to hear. Well, Richard, it's been great speaking with you today and catching up on the progress and, of course, the acquisition of Mymyne. We wish you every success in the continued execution of the growth plan. Richard Horwood, Chief Operating Officer at Electric Guitar PLC. Many thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Alan. Been a pleasure.